The toughest challenges I face in life are during those times when my faith wavers. When in the middle of whatever situation I'm in, while working hard in faith to improve things, suddenly, and for whatever reason, I find myself feeling completely alone and utterly powerless, frightened and afraid. And to me, there's nothing worse than not having a clue as to what I need to do next. And despite the Bible being filled with many examples of people more faithful than I, like Job, David, and even Jesus, also crying out in pain and confusion, asking why they've been forsaken or made to suffer, I often take absolutely no comfort in reading or considering the meaning behind these events. We've been told our world is broken, that it's full of chaos, injustice, and suffering, that the rain falls on the just and the unjust alike, that it isn't because God doesn't care about us or because He's favoring others over us. It's because this life was never meant to be perfect. Faith isn't supposed to promise earthly rewards, but a deeper relationship with God and hope that ultimately transcends our suffering and brokenness. My problem is, when I'm in the middle of feeling afraid, these promises seem so distant that they become almost meaningless. So, then I remember that we're supposed to bring our anger, frustration, and sense of unfairness directly to God, that He won't reject us for being honest, that He already knows our hearts and can handle our anger. We are told to sit back and take a break, to spend some quiet time in reflection or prayer, not seeking answers from Him, but just to rest, knowing we're being held in His arms, even though often we can't sense it. We are told our faith isn't being tested because God's cruel or indifferent. Our struggles are shaping us in ways we just don't see yet. That these moments need to be realized as an opportunity to deepen our faith and understanding of ourselves. That we're not being punished, that everything is part of a much bigger story. But isn't it difficult watching others who don't care about God or who aren't living by His principles float through life while we are drowning? And yes, I know appearances can be and often are deceiving. I know that others' lives might look like a bed of roses, but that everyone has their own hidden struggles, emptiness, or wounds we can't see. Still, that doesn't make our struggles any easier to bear. Our pain is our reality, and comparing ourselves to others really only ends up adding to our burdens. So, after thinking about all of this, contemplating and wondering just exactly how I came to be here at this point, here's where I always end up, right back at the beginning. Yes, my faith is often weak, but I still love my faith. I won't attempt to deny it, because my faith has never been a feeling I have, or something I've read about that I'm trying to develop. My faith has never been a conspiracy theory that I'd like to be true. To me, my faith has always been a knowing. It's my fears that have always been false. Years of struggle and worry have taught me the certainty of that. Fear is nothing but a liar. It desperately tries to make us forget past memories of joy, love, accomplishments, and excitement. Fear exaggerates, distorts, and makes the worst-case future scenario always feel like the one most inevitable. It tries to hide the twists and turns on the road ahead, keeping us focused only upon it, while pretending opportunity, redemption, and blessings simply don't exist. But what if somewhere down the road, someone is hurting the exact same way I am now, and by the time I get to them, I've beaten back my fear, and my faith is restored, and my stories can give them hope. And that's why, no matter how hard fear tries to drown me, I hold on to this. My faith isn't a fleeting feeling or a wishful hope. It's a knowing. It's the steady truth that even in the darkest moments, I'm not alone, and the story isn't over. Because as much as fear lies, faith whispers something greater. That redemption, purpose, and hope are real, and they're worth holding on for. So for now, I'll keep going. Not because life is easy or because I have all the answers, but because I know that faith, real faith, always has the final word. Now, I'd like to say a short prayer, and I'd love it if you were to join along. God, thank you for being with us in our darkest moments, even when we feel lost or afraid. Help us to trust in your promises, even when they seem distant. Remind us that fear is a liar and that your love is constant. For anyone listening who feels overwhelmed or alone, please bring them peace, strength, and the assurance that they're never forgotten. Amen.